Hello, good day, and welcome to your favorite podcast of all time. It's a lifestyle protection podcast, specially brought to you by Veritas Capital Insurance PLC. And I'm still your amiable and fun host, Queen Zach. And with me in the studio today is
Arinze Adigre.
thank you and welcome once again, Arinze. So you know the way we've been doing it, but today we want to go into a totally different topic, something that's not so popular to the public out there. Okay, so let me just go right into it. Is it true that there's something called home content insurance?
Yes, of course. There's what is called home content insurance. But like you said, it's not very popular because what people are used to is house owner insurance. But it's
Oh,
actually home content
home
insurance.
content. Okay.
Or, as they will say, aka householder insurance.
Okay, thank you so much, Arinze. Okay, so since you've now clarified that there's something like home content insurance, so what is it? Like, what's it all about?
Okay, so I'll explain this by pointing out the difference between the two types of insurance I will mention. All right.
Okay.
So the house owner
Mm-hmm.
is insuring the building
All right.
and all that because he's the house owner. He rented his block of flats to people, so he's not going to insure the content of somebody's apartment,
All
but he
right.
needs to insure his building. Now, the home content is done by the person who rented the apartment.
Mm.
That person, say Mr. X, is not going to insure the building of the landlord.
Oh,
It's going
okay.
to insure the content of his apartment or her apartment.
Mm.
So the things in that apartment is what the home content insurance will cover. There might be clauses of, oh, we don't cover this on that, but overall on the ground scheme,
Mm.
it is the content of the apartment that is insured or that is covered by the home content insurance.
Okay. Okay. So, since you said it's based on the things that are actually in the house, like the content of the house, so how do you, as a company, how do you determine how to weigh, okay, the cost of things? Like, you have representatives go to the house to check it out. Like, how's the whole process like? How
Okay,
does it work?
so Mr. X has called or Mrs. X has called
Mm.
and say, "Oh, I want to take a home content insurance." There are two things. You can either buy off the shelf on our website, which is www.veritascapital.com, and
Okay.
pick the home content, or you can say you want to do an extensive one, a comprehensive one, and give a call. Then there will be inspection.
Okay.
But the pricing of the items in the house is solely determined by you who's insuring. We're not going to put price on your item because
Okay,
you know how much
sorry.
you bought your item.
Okay, sorry to chip in here. So that means all the items I have in my house, I will tell you the price
Yes.
determining it. Okay.
Yes.
And also I would like to know because phones now they are very expensive. So can I insure my phone?
Very well. You
Okay.
can even insure your phone as a standalone.
Really? Wow. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so moving on, what exactly does home content insurance cover? Since you say okay, I can insure my phone, I'd like to have a list, a rundown.
Everything you want insured, you want covered, can be covered. But on the
Everything.
standard,
Okay.
it covers your electronics, your keeping
Mm.
utensil, your jewelries. If you now decide to add maybe your say other appliances, your light bulb, everything in the house, your
Wow.
ACs and all that, it's up to you. Or on the
Okay.
grounds, on just on basic level, it's just your electronics and keeping utensils. Some people even go as far as insuring their jewelries, their clothes,
Wow.
their maybe valuable box, furnitures. People
Mhm.
do as far as that. Now,
Wow.
you can insure that,
Mm.
and the insurance company will come forth for you if the damage as on those things is as a result of either fire
Mm.
or physical damage of that.
Okay.
Now, home content insurance, except where you specifically ask for it, and which means the insurance company will have to review their risk analysis on that thing.
Mm.
It will not cover software repairs, for example. So if your TV suddenly stops working and there's no physical damage on your TV, ideally it should not cover it. But if you have insisted that you want everything covered, then they will review the risk analyst will now have to review that rating with you and be able to advise you better.
Okay. All right. So since you said something a while ago, you said it's only going to be covered through on the instance of theft or fire. So let's say there's a water invasion in my house. Somehow my house is all engulfed with water, so I won't get settlement.
Again, you have to say what you want to cover.
Okay.
Let's just go back, for example, if you
Mm.
take a normal comprehensive motor insurance,
Mm-hmm.
all right, it doesn't cover flood, ideally.
Okay.
it can so you need to now tell the insurance company, I want this to cover flood.
Okay.
The same way, let's go back to the home contents.
Mm.
Everything you have in the house, you want it to be covered.
Mm.
Now, but when you say cover, you need to also be specific. Is it covers? So if there's physical damage, theft, burglary,
Okay.
there are two different things. Theft and burglary are two different things. If you now want it to cover as a result of maybe electrical damage, so you can specify the things you want it to cover and what risk you want to be covered. So it's not cast in stone that it will not know. Like I said, they will just reevaluate the risk and now advise you of what premium is payable for that.
All right. Thank you so much, Arinze. Okay, since you've told us the things that home content insurance covers, so are there things that this particular insurance doesn't cover?
Okay.
I'm really curious.
Quickly to my mind is it will not cover your injuries. So you are working in the kitchen and knife cuts you, your home content insurance will cover it because it's ensuring that you insure the content, not you.
Oh, of course. Okay.
Do you understand? So,
sure.
Because we're saying, I'm saying this because we're saying it's home. People might say, oh, but I was in house when this happened. No, it doesn't cover that. It also does not cover. So, if you did not ask for it to be covered for, let's say, software damage, for example, then which most insurance company would almost not agree because software damage anything can happen, anything can cause it, so and it cannot be determined. So those things are things that are top of my mind. What else would it not cover? Again, I've said it does not cover the human beings in the house.
How about artwork and jewelry? Like I have some fancy art.
Yes, I already said that you can cover anything you want to. By default, your jewelries are covered. Now, artwork, they have to evaluate again. That risk needs to be evaluated. Like we're speaking off the recording set and saying, oh look, you can't price what's the price for the bronze work of say Oba Akenzo of the Great Benin Kingdom? How do you price it? Do you understand? So that price is determined by the artist. So whatever price it puts on it is what you're going to pay. So insurance company will look at it critically before. Now some people will also say, so let me say you have a very, very, very rare, maybe ancient history diary that's been handed over to you, maybe from the first generation of your family and all that. That's been handed, and it's so. How do you replace that?
Exactly.
How do you replace? So it's just going to be monetary value that you're going to be given, and who values it? So it is a value that you, as the insurer, who is going to be insuring, puts on that diary that the insurance company will pay once it has agreed. We both agreed, both parties have agreed that okay, you're insuring this diary. The premium I'm putting on the value I'm putting on this diary is 100 million naira, and so on that ground, the insurance company will reevaluate that diary and know whether they want to take diaries because that diary can be missing for any reason. Somebody can pick it up and hide it and steal it and hide it. So there are a lot of things that's why it will be critical for the insurance company to reevaluate that risk critically before they even say yes, we can take this and not advise of what you can pay. Otherwise, a lot of people will not want because it's a very priced asset.
Okay, Arinze, I'm sorry, but I have to put you on the spot here. Okay, can documents be insured? Like you said something about documents just now. You said so let's say I have a very like all my documents for school or for work. Can I insure that as well?
Okay, from the top of my head, I'll say yes, but again, there are conditions. There are conditions. So let me give you an example. Before now, people used to put their landed property receipts and over in the bank.
Yes, true.
And put it in the vault. Now, people also insure their lands. So let's assume that your documents include your school certificate and all that. Now, you can insure them, but you know the insurance company is not going to give you that certificate when it's missing.
Yes, exactly what I'm
So you need to go back to the school to get that certificate.
Oh, yes.
So I can only give you money for the missing certificate. That's when you valid. But I'll look at it very well before I even say yes, because it's a certificate you're insuring. So it's different from you taking a professional indemnity. So let's say you are a doctor or something. So if you're insuring your certificate that shows that you are a qualified doctor, I need to look at it very well before I say yes to you. I'm saying this because for us as Veritas Capital, our answer is yes. Now it's for you to meet the requirements. Right? So I'll look at that document very well before I now tell you what I will require from you to insure that document.
Okay. Thank you so much. You've answered a lot of questions. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to ask. So when I've successfully purchased a home content insurance from your company, and something the inevitable happens. The inevitable happens. How do I get settled? Is it with money, or do I get the items back? Like, let's say I got my television, my furniture damaged, and I say I don't want money. I'm telling you straight up, Arinze, I do not want money. I want my chair exactly from this exact company. I want it.
Okay,
What
so
happens?
they are okay, let me explain something. So you insured your furniture,
Yes, my
right?
furniture. Very
From
expensive furniture, by the way.
from Ores furniture maker. All
Okay.
right, you bought it from Ores furniture maker, and you,
Mm-hmm.
you when you were insuring with us, you told us that furniture is 5 million naira. That's the sum insured.
Yeah.
And based on that, for example, you paid us 200,000 naira, for example.
Okay.
And so whatever happens to your furniture, we're going to pay you either 500,000 naira
Okay.
or buy that furniture. I mean, either pay you 5 million naira, which is what you
Mm.
said you bought the furniture with proof of receipt,
Okay.
or so give you 5 million naira or buy the furniture. Now you're saying you don't want 5 million naira, you want the
Yes, I
furniture.
want the furniture.
There are two things that can happen. We can either buy that furniture for you
Mm.
or we don't buy it. Now we will not buy it if the furniture, if you go to Ores furniture and it says, oh, it's now 6 million naira,
Oh, so if there's a price increment,
you deal with it. So we can give you your 5 million naira, you add up to Ore and
yeah,
get
and
it back.
settle myself.
Because
Wow.
you're not supposed to gain more than you have insured.
Of course.
What you
sure.
insured was 5 million naira, so how come
Mhm.
we're giving you 6 million naira?
Oh yeah. The reason why I'm asking this is because there will be a lot of people having this mindset. Because in case if you're saying that you're not going to settle me in cash, and then there is another option, but you're not telling me that if there's an increment, I won't get
No,
that exact settlement.
No, I don't think it's a question of me not telling you because
Mm.
what you insured,
Okay.
now you're insuring the furniture for the value of 6 million, 5 million naira.
Yeah, 5 million. Yeah.
I cannot pay you 5 million 1 naira. It is not, it is a standard rule.
Oh wow.
Because what, it's just like you say, oh, you're borrowing the bank
Mm.
5 million. The bank will not come and pay you without interest. They will not pay you 5 million 1 naira. They will only pay you 5 million 100 naira. That 100 naira is not your, is the interest to that.
Attached
All right.
to it.
So it's not a question of we not wanting to buy the furniture or give you money. We will, but not anything more than your sum
yes,
insured.
sum insured.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Hope you people are here. This is pure knowledge based on insurance, and that's why we are here for you. Okay, so this is where we'll be closing the curtain. But before I do so, I am going to give Arinze the opportunity to give us more knowledge on Veritas Capital Insurance. Okay, over to you, Arinze.
Okay, thank you, Queen. It's been an interesting session again this week. As we all know, this program is brought to you by Veritas Capital Assurance PLC, one of the leading insurance companies in Nigeria. We are currently on social media. You can reach us. Either give us a phone call on 0700 1500 or send us an email info@veritascapital.com. You can also check our website out. As a matter of fact, you can actually buy the home content insurance we're discussing right now on our website. It's www.veritascapital.com. The capital with a K in all, where you mentioned the word Veritas Capital is a capital with a K. I say again, you can give us a phone call on 0700 1500 or send us an email info@veritascapital.com or visit our website www.veritascapital.com. And on social media, you can find us on Instagram at Veritas Capital _, on Twitter, Veritas Capital, on Facebook and LinkedIn, Veritas Capital Assurance PLC. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and thank you so much for listening. So, on behalf of myself, Arinze, the team both behind and on set, we say thank you for joining us today. Have a